colon, 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 colon.
The colon is usually used to point to information that follows it. It may also be used to link two clauses. Here are some examples of usage. To precede a list, for example, the following items are included. To introduce a step from an introduction to a main theme or from a general statement to a particular situation. For example, the remedy is simple. Introduce new rules. To show cause and effect, for example, an energetic new director has been appointed. This accounts for the rise in share prices. To precede an explanation, for example, the argument used by the defense was as follows. Colons should not be followed by a dash. The dash serves no useful purpose in this context.
Semicolon, 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 semicolon. The semicolon is used to separate parts of a sentence when a more distinct break is needed than can be provided by a comma, but the parts of the sentence are too closely connected for separate sentences to be used. For example, the advocate argues the case before the court. The judge decides it.
It is also used to provide a higher-level division in a sentence that is already divided with commas. For example, the lawyer had an interview with a new client who wished to bring a claim against his former employer and advised that the client's case was weak. But instead of accepting this advice, the client sought a second opinion. In legal writing, semicolons are used to punctuate the end of any subclause or paragraph that forms part of a longer sentence. However, if the subclause or paragraph constitutes the last part of the sentence, a full stop may be more appropriate. Here is an example. In a list of items beginning with an introductory sentence, you should A. Begin with an introductory colon. B. Begin each item with a lowercase letter. C. Put a semicolon at the end of each item. D. End the list with a full stop. Parentheses, 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 parentheses. Parentheses are also known as brackets and are used to enclose words, phrases, or whole sentences. If a whole sentence is in parentheses, the end punctuation stays inside it. For example, Stanning plc is hereinafter referred to as the company. Stanning plc, hereinafter referred to as the company. The main circumstances in which parentheses are used are as follows. To enclose remarks made by the writer of the text himself or herself. For example, Mr. X, as I shall call him, then stood up to speak. To enclose mention of an authority, definition, explanation, reference, or translation. In the report of a speech, to enclose interruptions by the audience. To enclose reference letters or figures. For example, 1a. Avoid parentheses within parentheses. Use commas or dashes instead. Dashes are a useful way of separating concepts within sentences. Square brackets, square brackets, square brackets, square brackets, square brackets. These enclose comments, corrections, explanations or notes not in the original text, but added at a later stage by new authors or editors. Square brackets are used in legal writing to adjust the format of quoted material. For example, they may be used to indicate that a letter now in lowercase was in capitals in the original text. The court ruled that existence of the subject matter of the contract precluded a finding of force majeure.